Buckeyes, one of the great settings in sport, and man, this place is rocking today. This is not just any other matchup. Both teams come in ranked in the top 10, colliding early in the season, each trying to set the tone with a big statement. As we'll see the number 7 team in the country, the Missouri Tigers, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Fields it just outside the goal line. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. So Ohio State's offense going to get the chance to start this game off. And here comes that star wide receiver. He's got the bounce, the aura. He walks on the field with some swag saying, I'm the man, and I know it.
Well, he certainly does, and you know what? He probably should. It's founded in all the hard work that he puts in, the dedication in the summertime during practice. You can see some of the defensive backs watch him as he warms up, studying him, because they know it's going to be a long day trying to deal with this receiver.
Off an RPO, the quarterback looks to his right. He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a first down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry up.
Boy, that's a beautiful run here for the first down, really living up to that reputation of the great backs that they've had over the years.
And he floats this pass deep down the right side. Defense breaks it up. Nice play. Incomplete.
Well, this defense has got to be aware that this quarterback and this offensive coordinator, they're not afraid to take shots. Here we see it early in this game, throwing the ball downfield. Defense has got to be aware. Keep those safeties back. Keep your eyes up. Try to keep a lid on this offense and look for some turnover opportunities.
Buckeyes line up on 1st and 10 now. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Crosses the 30. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Back to pass. It's Howard. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down. The back behind the quarterback now in the pistol. Here comes the handoff.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
3rd down and short on the 8th play of this opening drive. They'll try to run for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Well, that's a good, hard, tough running there to get that first down to keep this drive alive. Early in this game, the offense really asserting themselves. They're not thinking about a field goal. They're trying to put this ball in the end zone.
So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Looking for some space. It's Judkins. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here. Here we go. 3rd down, close to the goal line. They can still get a first down without scoring. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a 1st and goal now. The Buckeyes looking to finish the drive here. It's 1st and goal. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This is why this offense is one of the more dangerous offenses in the country. The quarterback and his legs. It's one thing to try to stop him throwing the football, but you better keep eyes on him because you can see not only can he get out into the open, he has got serious speed to take it to the house.
And that kick will just bound into the end zone for a touchback. The Missouri Tigers offense comes out for their first possession today. If there's one guy in this defensive side, Kirk, who can be a game wrecker, it's this elite pass rusher, very much on the quarterback's mind today.
Yeah, Chris, but it's going to be very tough. This quarterback does a nice job of moving around in the pocket, and also he's going to have an awareness of exactly where this guy is and have a clock in his mind about how quickly that ball needs to get out.
Catch made on the right side. Big gain, moves the ball across midfield to the 45. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. And the single back takes the handoff. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
He'll hand it off. It's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. He'll earn the first down, but pay for it with a hard hit. And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. And there's the handoff. And he stopped after gaining 4 yards. So 2nd and 6. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. And he stopped just short, down at the 2, but an excellent run.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience, the hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Missouri. Kicking team on now for the extra point.
Chris, that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
Returner looking to create better field position. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. On that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the ground game. Let's see if that formula works again. They can't slow them down. Good enough for a fresh set of downs. They'll spot the ball at the 40.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. But that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Important second down play coming up. Off play action, he's looking to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket. On the run here, lets it go. That's caught. It's Scott. And now the defense able to bring him down.
Well, this is why running the football is so important. You run the ball and then you go play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and the linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
Brought down to the 46, good enough for a first down. The Buckeyes keep the football on the move. Play action here on first down. Quick throw to his receiver. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. He's marked out of bounds after an excellent gain, but there is a flag on the field. This one might be coming back. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. See if the penalty proves costly. First down and 15 now. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Looking to throw. It's Howard. Throws to the tight end. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it. Incompletion makes it second down. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Throws a bullet to the right. This one is broken up and falls incomplete.
But Chris, the offense takes the shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air. Good chance for the defense to come up with an interception there.
Tries the right with a quick throw. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. That's a solid gain to move the sticks as the first quarter clock winds down. So some early drama here. We're all even at the end of one. Let's take a quick pause and check out the stats from this first quarter. Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. An inside give now from the shotgun. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Brought down at the 5 after the catch. The offense really threatening now. Crucial 3rd down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Can you say methodical? A marathon march, Kirk, just pounding away and wearing down that defense.
They just kept moving the sticks and moving the sticks until they got into the red zone, and they just kept moving the sticks until they got into the end zone. What a drive.
Good job dealing with the footing. PAT is good. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. Here comes the Missouri offense back out on the field. They reached the end zone the last time out. Try to do the same thing here. Fresh set it down to the offense. 1st down. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Brought down at the 28, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. Same tailback, another carry. Eludes a tackle. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there.
All right, Chris, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen today, they're big. You know, they weigh over 300 pounds. But that doesn't mean they don't have to have agility. And the way they can get out there in front of the runner, create space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and a runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because he's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked out really well for a nice piece of yards and a 1st down.
2nd down play coming up. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
There's no one to throw to there on 3rd down, and now it's a 4th down coming up. And the punt team makes its way onto the field. He was hoping that would check up, but a big bounce sends it into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. A beautiful, balanced drive reached the end zone last time. Can they keep it going here? Gabe moves the ball out past the 25-yard line.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Play action fake, looking to throw. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Chris, as this game evolves every year with college football, and we see more and more versions of some kind of spread offense, it puts so much pressure on this linebacker position because they're asked to do so much. This linebacker is able to sit back in zone, be comfortable in space, make the right. Be able to be in place to knock the ball away.
Now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there, wanting to make an adjustment before this critical down. Check this out. The offense still on the field, going for it inside their own 30. That's a design quarterback keeper. Oh, they've stopped him short. What a fourth down play, and they will take over on downs now. So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. What's the call here? The drive begins with excellent field position. Handoff to the back. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4. To the air, it's Cook. And with nobody open, he chooses to just throw it away. So now it's 3rd and short from the 21 as this defense tries to make a stand and force a field goal attempt or a 4th down stop. And he'll lost it to the end zone. And it's incomplete again. 4th down coming up. Coach electing to go for a field goal attempt. The distance will be from 38 yards out. Right down the middle.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. Bringing it out, it's Henderson. And he's brought down to the 27-yard line. Decent return. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Last time they gambled and lost. Went for it in 4th down in their territory and got stopped. The junior able to bring him down quickly. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Lets it fly to the wideout. Goes a fastball, but it's intercepted. Look out, he's got some space. That's a big return off the INT. They steal their offensive possession.
What a play by the defensive back here. You have no idea how tough it can be and how slippery it is out there with this rain. The defense is reacting to the offense. The offense knows exactly where they're going when they're running their route. The defender has to try to be very careful to keep his footing underneath him. Sounds simple, but it's not. To come up with that interception while doing that, that is a big-time play.
Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. They're going to run it here. Fighting off the defender. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
Complete with the running back. But can he get there? And they will trot out the field goal team here. This try is no good. And it's still a 4-point margin after the miss. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession, ended in a pick. Defense is coming after him. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. The sure hands. It's Tate. They stop him, but it's a 1st down. 1st down here. Time for one more play before the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning of this close, competitive 1st half. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything seems to be working. Coordinators calling good plays. The quarterback and the rest of his receivers and running backs are executing. And frankly, this defense is showing almost no resistance.
Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Looking downfield, it's Howard. Fires it to the wideout. Finds a man open on the right side downfield.
Well, this is why this guy's one of the top wide receivers in college football. It's third down. The defense knows you're probably going to go to him, and they still can't stop him from coming down with a big play.
Looking for the wideout. Pass is caught right near the sideline. What a catch. Does get the foot down.
Man, Chris, everything seems to be clicking for this offense. And if they can keep this up through all four quarters, it could get really ugly by the fourth.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Tackled there by the defense.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams through this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
The offense has been moving backwards here. Now a long way to go on 3rd and goal.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
And he knocks that one right through. So they settle for 3, and now the kickoff. We'll see if the opposing offense has enough time to answer before halftime. And the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. Back behind the quarterback line in a pistol. Handoff in a single back formation. Bulldozing his way past tacklers. Gets into space at the 50. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. The pocket breaking down. And he just throws it away there. Safe move. Had nobody open. So on 2nd down, they'll try out the field goal unit, trying to get 3 before halftime. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. So they'll send out the field goal unit to give it a shot here from very long distance. And he's got it from 58 yards away. Never in doubt.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The offense will obviously decline that penalty and take the result of the play. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And they'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8. He's got some room and some blockers here. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Boy, just a drive killer right there, Chris. And he didn't seem to throw that ball with much confidence. Just put it up for grabs, and the defense comes down with it.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down. The Buckeyes will line up now. It's 1st and goal. Looking to throw. It's Howard. The ball is picked off. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
I'm going to give the defensive coordinator a tip of the cap here. They went with dime coverage with 6 defensive backs, which gives them a lot more speed on the field. And with those defensive backs, they're able to play better in space. They recognize the ball, step in front of it for a nice interception.
And the quarterback keeps it on the option. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
And it's a nice job by this defense. They saw option, actually forced the quarterback to pull the ball on the read, and then they corral him for a loss. You could tell they worked hard on that in practice.
Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to first down yardage here. Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 42. Can they make the yardage or face a tricky 4th down decision? He just throws the ball away there. Nobody open. Excellent coverage. The punt team making their way on the field. And he'll kick it away now for the 2nd time. With the return, it's Henderson. And the returner will be brought down. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. The last possession ended in a dreaded red zone interception. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly error. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35. So quickly up to the 35-yard line for first down.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the...
Here's the throw deep downfield. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Who could not stop him? He's in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
The key to me in this is the quarterback gets the ball out of his hands early, allows the receiver to run underneath that deep ball on that post route for a beautiful touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Here comes the Missouri offense back out on the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. They'll hand it off. That's a big hit at the end, but they earn a fresh set of downs. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Handoff to the back. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They're holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Grab down the middle. It's Burden. He's brought down quickly as short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
How about the arm strength from this quarterback? He really didn't have any other option than to put it right in there and give it everything that he had. Great timing and a good job of squeezing that in between the defenders.
Goes to his right side there for the completion. They bring him down. Before he gains first down yardage.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
They've got him. Defense comes up with a sack.
What a play here by this defensive line. You can get so caught up in the flashy offense of Ohio State in recent years. Let's not forget, they still play defense in the shoe and have such great history and tradition with that defensive line play.
Quick completion to the tight end.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice game. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. Fires it to the wideout. The pass is intercepted. Going the other way, can they catch him? And he steps out after a nice return. What a momentum shifter this could be. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half.
Timeout, Ohio State.
The offense, excellent field position to start this drive. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. 5-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 5.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
Aiming for the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. This offense is still clicking.
And this defense coordinator better adjust to this receiver. All they did was get him the ball in space, and you can see what he can do after the catch. One defender will not slow this receiver down today. You better bracket him or use double cover.
And the point after is right down the middle. And he takes this from inside the 5. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. And they'll use the ground game here. They're gaining some breathing room now. Tackled at the 26.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half. And he's already at it again.
Fires it. And he throws his 3rd interception of the day. Creative running there. That's a pick and a long return before finally being taken down.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Touchdown, Ohio State. And the route is on. That's another strike from this quarterback, Kirk. He is having himself a day.
This guy's just having one of those days you dream about against this secondary. Let's also give credit to the wide receivers doing a nice job of getting open, and the big fellas up front for giving him enough time to throw.
And he knocks the PAT right down the middle. Return begins inside the 10. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes the Missouri offense back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Grab behind the line. It's Burden.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Couldn't find anybody open and just has to throw it away. So from the 28-yard line, it's a 3rd and manageable here. They'll try the left side with a toss. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Boy, how about the defensive speed there in the team pursuit? They recognize a toss sweep from the middle of the field and show their team speed to be able to eliminate this play.
And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. And the same runner's got it again. Tackle made after just a short gain. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Punt over the middle. It's Mbuka. Wow, juke the first tackler. That was enough to make the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Cannot escape, and down he goes.
Well, the reality with any screen pass is they usually take a little bit of time to develop. And though they often can hit big, sometimes they take too long to cook up, and sometimes you can get sacked.
Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Lets it go quickly. And it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between a quarterback and receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. He's got a lot of time back there to throw the ball, and eventually that's going to cost you.
Looks to the left for a quick throw. Makes the catch downfield.
Well, that's a good job of this offense to at least get some positive yards. They kind of put themselves in a tough spot getting behind the sticks. But now, after that big gain, let's see what happens.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Finds his receiver. That's enough for the first down. This offense picks up the first down. They tackle him at the 44. And check out how he's been spreading the football around between his targets, getting everybody involved in this game. Buckeyes moving quickly down the field here. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Come up on 3rd down. Solid drive. Defense trying to get off the field here. Quarterback making some changes at the line. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down. The Buckeyes will come to the line here looking to convert on 4th down. A running play called on 4th down. Moves the football to the 30. Good enough for a first down.
I can't believe the call here by this offense. A lot of teams, they're not going to keep it on the ground in this situation. 4th and 1, 4th and inches is one thing. But they needed more than that here. They line up and hit this defense right in the mouth and pick up a first down. Give a lot of credit to the big boys up front for making that happen. You talk about confidence booster going forward.
And here's the handoff. 6-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 4.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
To throw, it's Howard. Pressure is coming. Short throw, running back makes the catch behind the line of scrimmage. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a 3rd down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision.
The QB throws his 3rd pick of the day. Can he take it all the way? Inside the 40. Past the 20. Past the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. And the defense adds 6 from the interception return.
Chris, how about the defense coming up with a huge play here? Not only the turnover, but it leads them to a score with a touchdown on this interception. Now they're trying to get back into this game. They may have a shot to make it a lot closer than what we thought.
And the hands team able to make the crucial recovery. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. They moved the ball in the last possession, but a devastating end of the drive, a pick 6. Can they recover from that right now? And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure. So 2nd down after the incompletion. Handoff here from the shotgun. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball to the 37.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line and the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
Hey, whether it's been on the inside or bouncing things to the outside, this guy has shown you everything that he has to offer, and a big part of the reason why they're enjoying this nice lead.
But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
From the snap of the ball, it looked like he knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, but the guy just had him blanketed. He still tried to get the ball squeezed in there. I think he's got to do a better job of working through his progressions to find that open man.
So here we go. 3rd down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. Tackle, but first down.
What a game for this offensive line of scrimmage. They've been able to enjoy really the tempo going their way because they've been able to run the football. This guy now has 98 yards rushing, a couple more, and he'll be in triple digits. What a great day for him.
For second down and goal. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly. That's a crucial touchdown, Kirk. The offense padding its lead now here in the second half.
Yeah, you get into this second half, you start to count possessions and how big your lead is. Now that you're up 2 possessions, you can start to play really smart football, not just on offense, but on defense as well.
They'll return it from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. Defense spends their second timeout to try to regroup. First down here for this offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he dumps it off to the tight end. They're finally able to stop him. The quarterback brings the big man down. Not easy to do. That's
Second down.
a completion makes it second and medium. Back to throw. It's Cook. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. Oh, and he goes down after a short gain. That's not enough for the first down. Third down play, looking for a fresh set of downs.
42 Spider.
They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. They've got him. It's a sack for the defense.
Man, how impressive have these guys been in this football game? I really expected to see a very different outcome with the hype of this quarterback and the way he's played most of this year. But this defense has held him under 200 yards passing. They've got a nice lead, and they are not sitting back and resting on their laurels. They're applying more pressure, and they come up with a sack here.
Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the beatdown continues.
That's another touchdown for these guys. Man, they have had a day that you dream about. Whether it's the quarterback, the running back, the receivers, the offensive line, the entire unit has been dominant.
And the PAT is good. Now the kickoff team is out on the field.
52. Missouri. 20.
Returner looking to make a play here. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And we've reached the 2-minute warning here. This offense needing to score and then get the football back.
25.
First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Lets it fly to the wideout. And he's got his man open downfield. He picks up the first down, but gets drilled on the tackle. A new set of downs after that completion. First down, going to throw the football. Nice grab. It's Burden. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. Here's a 1st and 10 play.
Easy.
Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Catch made on the left side. The defense drops him for a loss. He went backwards there. A second down behind the sticks now.
Just a tremendous play here by the corner. The offense completes the pass, but the corner comes up, makes a nice form tackle wide, driving that receiver back in the process.
He pulls it in for a big gain. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. Missouri getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Looking to chuck it again. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
It is a sack party out there for this defense. Everything going their way. You know that this offense is going to try to throw the football down by such a big margin late in the game. And this defensive line is bringing the heat. Touchdown, Missouri.
This offense cannot be stopped.
Well, you can tell that this play caller, the offense coordinator, he's thinking about the future. He wants to see how his quarterback and how this offense wants to compete when this game's out of reach. He's going to be very happy with the result of this play.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. What a satisfying feeling for this team. Just run out the clock and let the celebration begin. And they heave it deep downfield. That ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on first down. Getting set. Here's second down. The back's got it. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Dropping back, it's Howard. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
Well, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on 3rd down, working with that lead.
Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down. Out of bounds, but not before a big gain. This offense is ripping the defense apart today. And looking to throw now on first down. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. Touchdown, Buckeyes. To stretch the lead, the route is on.
The coaches love to see a football team that doesn't get caught up in the scoreboard. They're just out executing and doing what needs to be done. That's what we're seeing from this offense. Yeah, they continue to put points on the board and they're pulling away. I just love to see the execution and how they're going about their business.
And here's the return from inside the 5. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And now the defense steps in to call time with 10 seconds remaining on the clock. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Fires it to the wideout. And it's complete downfield. Tackle made at the 41. That's a nice gain. They're getting closer to the 50. Well, frankly, Kirk, we hope for games that are a little bit more suspenseful. This